So, hello everyone. How are you? Yeah. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I just arrived 2 days ago and still have jet lag. So if I fell down and fell asleep, yeah, don't judge me. Just make me wake up and yeah, I will resume. Mm, uh, so, probably you remember me if you were here last year. I was giving a talk about Flutter for Apple TV. This year I have absolutely different topic, not related to TV development at all. It's mostly, I will say, about generative AI. So I have small prologue before exactly talk. Let's start with this prologue. This is my favorite beginning of the talk. I always probably remember. Please raise your hand if you're a Flutter developer. I see even not everyone. So I hope after this conference, everyone will become a Flutter developer. And yeah, my favorite joke here, me, yeah. Because I'm speaker, I should know about Flutter, yeah, I should be developer. But the second slide is different. Please raise your hand if you know what generative AI is and how to utilize it. Okay, yeah, not such amount. And yeah, again, me, because I'm here and I will try to talk with you about this. Me again. Okay, so you know, every time when I start to think about like this time and specifically generative AI, I'm think about Alice in Wonderland. And not exactly about Alice in Wonderland, but about one quote of Lewis Carroll. Probably you know that Lewis Carroll is author who created Alice in Wonderland. It takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. It really perfectly describes current time. So everything happens very fast, more and more technology, and specifically in the AI direction. And I created my own meme for this. It's a just app developer and app developer with AI expertise, because AI is really improve your performance and helps you to like be more productive, more performant. So let's talk about generative AI. But yeah, I forgot to introduce myself for people who don't know who am I. My name is Sasha. I work for EPAM. It's a kind of consultancy company in Germany. We do a lot of stuff. Yeah, if you're interested in what EPAM doing, you can check on our website, epam.com. And I'm organizer of Flutter Berlin community, so always welcome to Germany, to our meetups, if you will have such opportunity. And I'm a Google developer expert in Flutter, Firebase, and AI. So today, I'm not going to talk about Firebase, but I will try to combine a little bit AI and Flutter. So, generative AI. Who knows what is it? Let's start from far the topic. Okay, yes, of course, ChatGPT. Do you use it in regular life? Who uses ChatGPT? Of course. And this one? Who tell me what is this? Yeah. And who uses Gemini? Actually, I highly recommend to try the last one. It's Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's really nice, yeah. Because before, a previous version of Gemini was not such good, but now it's really nice. Yeah, it's Gemini. This thing probably? Claude, of course. They're really nice in code generation. But now it's comparable with Gemini as well, so sometimes Gemini is also even better than Claude. DeepSeek. Who knows DeepSeek? Yeah, of course, it's like Chinese generative AI tools and model, also sometimes very helpful. For example, when I have a flight to here, I had a layover in Shanghai, and ChatGPT doesn't work there, Gemini doesn't work there, but I use DeepSeek, and yeah, it helped me a lot with description, explanation, where am I and what happens around. Okay. Let's start about generative AI. What does it mean, generative AI? Generative AI, it's a kind of artificial intelligence which has a purpose of generate. It can generate for you something. It can be text, it can be image, it can be video, sound, and music, but generate. And we mostly use it for generation text, explanation, description, code, something. And yeah, the classical slide probably even saw in the many talks. It's explanation how exactly a large language model works, because it's not like smart. It's not thinking in our understanding of thinking. It's just taking words and put these words as a sequence with the highest probability of next word because of training of huge amount of humanity-generated text. So in this example, it's raining cats and dogs because dogs has a highest probability be next after such sequence of words. Let's try to play this game. Who can pretend to be a LLM model and tell me the next words in this sequence? To be or not to be? Yes, exactly. It was wrote by William Shakespeare, but all LLM trained by Shakespeare as well, and this is the reason why LLM knows how to finish this phrase. And yeah, because models trained on the poetry as well, so LLM models are able to write poems. For example, I asked ChatGPT and Gemini generate poem about Tokyo. It looks really similar. Even they start with the same word. Neon whispers over quiet rails, sakura goes and meaning bloom, a city stitched with future tales, and Alice humming accent tunes. Vending machine constellation blink, Shinjuku tower kiss the sky, while lanterns sway along the brink, where old and new drift side by side. ChatGPT. And let's compare with Gemini. Neon blooms as end at night, Shibuya crossing human tide, ancient temple serene and deep, while ballet trains through canyon glide. Sky tree pierces morning mist, a city walking ever bright, from crowded streets to quieter lanes, Tokyo pulse a vibrant light. Who's better? Nice answer. And they trained not only English language. So when I asked to do it in Japanese, they did. But unfortunately, I can't read it. If someone helps me, it will be nice. Kasuke, can you try?
ネオンの花咲く In ChatGPT? ネオンが静かな線路を包み夜空の影がそっと揺れる未来をまとう摩天楼と路地に残る古い歌東京は時をつなぐ明かり In Gemini? ネオンの花咲く果てしない夜渋谷の交差点人の波孤児の静寂深く穏やか新幹線は谷間を滑りゆくスカイツリー朝熱いを貫き目覚める街は常に明るく雑踏から静かな小道まで東京の鼓動鮮やかな光
Is it poetry at all?
It sounds very poetry.
Okay, good. Yeah. And if you train model not on poetry but on source code, so model are able to generate for you code. But be careful and don't trust this code like from the scratch because it's code generated by humanity written code. But people do mistakes sometimes. And yeah, if you don't see this meme, yeah. I scanned your GitHub account and stole your code. Cool. Did you get it to work? Yeah. And one nice feature of modern models It's multimodality. So you are able to combine different types of input to get an answer. You can combine text and image, text and video, text and sound, and models are able to process all of them in combination. There is nice, already a little bit old example, but it perfectly demonstrates these capabilities. So there is small letters, but you see there is a sketch, video, and question with text. What is the time code when this happens? And Gemini answered, this happens at the 1532 time code. So a model understood the sketch, found the similar moment at the video, and gave you answer. So modern models do a lot of interesting things. And the maybe a really important thing of models capability now is function calling, and where model can intersect with real world. When you give the model opportunity to call like third-party API, model are able to do it. For example, pay for you for something, find something, I don't know, on Google Maps, connect to Firebase and do something with your database, and so on. This is like simple example of how how I did use it. I was walking around where it was, it's Pescara, Italy, and I made a photo and asked, where am I? It's multimodality example. And it answered, you are the Piazza del Sacro Cuore, Pescara, Abruzzo. Here's how to get there, and Google Maps link. So it's kind of function calling, not exactly, but kind of. And a link to the Google Maps. Yeah. Okay, and now we are close to the main topic of the talk. It was prologue. Awesome. We need this AI functionality in our application. Okay, let's use ChatGPT, let's use Gemini, but I have few concerns. What about the stable connection, bills for AI using, and privacy? Yeah. The question is, what about these concerns? There is an answer. We can use open models, or, for example, specifically Gemma. What is Gemma? Who knows what is Gemma? Oh, yeah, 2, 4, 5. Nice. Yeah, Gemma is a AI model created by Google, like Gemini, using the same approach as Gemini, but with different type of distribution. Because Gemini, you can use only using API. And Gemma is open model. It's kind of open source in AI world. You can download the model, do whatever you want with this model, like train it, update it, and whatever you wish, use for any purposes. And for people who would like to have more flexibility, more control on the model, open models is a nice solution. And Gemma, one of the really great options in the open models world. Actually, there are not only Gemma. DeepSeek, for example, is also open model. Mistral, if you heard Mistral, is a French model. Llama by Meta, open model. So it's model that you can download and do something with it, not only using API like ChatGPT or Gemini, but with more control. Here we are, start of my talk, building mobile and web applications with Flutter, with generative AI capabilities without internet connection, cloud bills, and privacy concerns. Actually, initially I had a different name of this talk, but with a lot of specific terms like Gemma, and I decided to change it to explain it like more why. On-device AI with fine-tuned Gemma for mobile, in your mobile and web application. So, on-device AI. Who can tell me what does mean on-device AI? Someone? I have a prize for the most active member audience. Okay. Yes, exactly. Yes, your option, your version. Uh, yes, everything happens on your device. You do inference on your device. You run your AI model on your device. Fine tuning. Who knows what fine tuning is? No one. It's a no, 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 no. Okay, yeah. You raise the hand. Yes, when you like do additional learning to your model, give to model more information that it used to have before, additional training. And Gemma. I won't ask you about Gemma because I already explained it. But in previous version of the talk, yeah, I asked about Gemma before explanation. Let's start with Gemma story. As I explained it before, yeah, Gemma is open model created by Google. Now there is key Gemma features like responsibility by design, unmatched performance at size. It's really nice performance with really small size. Extensibility at optimization and community-driven innovation. Yeah, already a lot of options of tuned Gemma for specific purposes. There is a timeline. Gemma is really young. It was created in February of 2024, a little bit more than 1 year ago. Then was Gemma 1.1, Gemma 2, Gemma 2 billion, and you see specific in October 2024 was created specific Gemma for Japan. Because before Gemma was able to talk in English only, and Gemma for Japan was trained with Japanese text and was able to talk in Japan. And yeah, breaking news 2 months ago, Gemma 3 was released with much more capabilities than before. March. Yeah, with a few different sizes. Yeah, and if you take a look to this result of benchmark comparison of Gemma with other models, for example, DeepSeek R1 and Gemma 3, 27 billion parameters, have almost the same results. But the thing is, how many GPUs were used to launch this model? For DeepSeek, with 671 billion parameters, you need many GPUs. For Gemma, only one. And results are pretty similar. A little bit weaker, but nearby. And what else? Gemma 3 is multimodal. You can provide text and images. Before it was only text to text. Gemma 3 multilingual. It's able to talk in Japanese, for example, without additional training and preparing specific model for this. There is even example in Japanese. So you can combine different language and input, and model will answer you in many languages in one output. So it's really nice capabilities for such small model. Yeah, I will share slides afterwards, not to like read the full text. And I have only 40 minutes here. And Gemma 3 is able to do function calling, to call third-party APIs. So you can use it to create agents to do something with the real world. Where to try Gemma? You can open AI Studio. Probably you know about this tool. Just ai.google.com, as I remember, but or this link. And there is not only Gemini. Now you're able to try Gemma there as well. But I mentioned about using the model on device. How big is it? Is it possible to just download it and use on your mobile application? Yeah? It's probably too big. Yes, if you take a look to the previous slide when I compared DeepSeek and Gemma with 27 billion parameters. 27 billion parameters Gemma, it's about 17 gigabytes, so it's too much for mobile. Actually, what does it mean billion parameters? It's how many training parameters were used to train the model. So 27 billions is the most powerful Gemma. But there is 2 billion parameters Gemma, 1 billion parameters Gemma, and yeah, it's pretty okay. So 1 billion parameters Gemma free, it's 500 megabytes. It's a still big amount, yeah, but it's doable. You can download it to device and use it. And we are here, chapter 2, on-device Gemma. Actually, on-device machine learning, it's not something new. I think you intersect with the on-device machine learning on regular basis, like Google Photos updates, or I don't know, Instagram masks. Everything happens on device because it should be very fast, and model doesn't have time to connect server and put mask to the face. Yeah, but it's not actually AI. It's a machine learning. Yeah, there is machine learning models, not AI models. But the approach is similar. Under the hood, they use TensorFlow Lite. Probably you heard about it. Who knows TensorFlow Lite? Who has experience with it? Yeah, you can forget the name TensorFlow Lite. There is no more TensorFlow Lite. It's a new name. It's Lite RT now, since September 2024. But I'm not going to talk with you about Lite RT because there is a one more framework on top of Lite RT, specifically for mobile developers, MediaPipe. MediaPipe is a framework by Google, specifically for work with machine learning and AI models. Tells you to create pipeline of a few models and like create a flow for this. And MediaPipe has Android, iOS, and web SDK for native developers, and you can just apply this plugin in case on Android, or like Cocoa Pod in case on iOS, and JS library in case of web, and use it. And now MediaPipe supports LLM and Gemma specifically. So you can download Gemma and put it in MediaPipe pipeline. There is a few examples where you can check how it works officially by Google. Yeah, for example, this is how it works on device. This is native Android, native iOS application created by Google. The links were before in previous slide, and everything happens on device. You don't need internet, you don't need API, you just launch it on device. Try to guess why I added dash here. Because I'm Flutter developer and we are Flutter ninjas. There is no examples for Flutter. Yeah. One more dash. Yeah. Three of us. Yeah, I'm just Flutter fan. And that's why I was really surprised. Why? Where is the Flutter SDK for MediaPipe? Why it's not exist? But yeah, I started to look for it. Yeah, what about Flutter, really? So I found one plugin with name Gemma, version 0.0.1. Wow, cool, there is plugin for Gemma. Then I checked the code in repository, and it was everything that I found there. Nothing else. Okay, yeah, it's awesome. I absolutely agree, but it looks like it doesn't work yet. So I had no other choice. I create my own. Yeah, even there were 3 likes, 150 points. Someone already liked it, probably without checking, and 23 people downloaded it. So I created my own plugin, Flutter Gemma. There is a little bit more code than is Gemma, and it works. So there is example, even in like my GitHub, you can download it and launch on your device. So it works for web, for Android, for iOS, but with Flutter. So under the hood there is still media pipe, but you don't have to do it natively. You can just add plugin to PubSpec YAML, upload Gemma to device. I will talk about how to do it a little bit later, and talk with your model without any internet connection. Yeah. And after version 0.8.3, I added Gemma free support. Now it's much more powerful thing, because Gemma free is a really nice model for such small sizes. Because in AI world, 500 megabytes, it's almost nothing. Like size of DeepSeek of terabytes. Yeah. So this example. Actually, after this version, support not only Gemma, you can, for example, download the same DeepSeek, but small option of DeepSeek. It will work without any change. Just put any model that supports, it will work with Flutter application. Yeah, one problem. So Gemma free is multimodal, but only Gemma free 1 billion has a perfect size to use it on mobile, but Gemma 1 billion doesn't support multimodality. What if I would like to analyze photos from my photo gallery? Yeah, yeah, that's true. But one more breaking news. Super breaking news. 20 May 2025, 9 days ago. Gemma Free N was released, Free Nano. It's a model that is specifically prepared for mobile devices, small compute devices. And Gemma Free N, with a very, very small size, supports multimodality. Yeah. And there at the same time was announced MediaPipe, the last version, so that can work with multimodal inputs. Yeah, yesterday I was in Google Tokyo and discussed with Googlers capabilities of these models. Yeah. And yeah, they added even audio input there. So you can talk with your model without internet connection and transform your speech to text without any specific model. So everything supported by Gemma Free Nano. There is comparison table of Gemma Free and Gemma Free Nano. So for example, you can see 1 billion, 1 billion parameters Gemma supports only text. Image, video, and audio don't support. Gemma Free Nano supports everything. Yeah, because it was just a few days ago, unfortunately, I wasn't able to add support to plugin, but it's coming. Yeah, I guess maybe next week when jet lag will over, I will add the support, and we will be able to try. Because it really sounds nice. You just made a photo, you have no internet, I don't know, in deep forest, and you found nice bug, a real bug, I mean, not code bug. And who is it? And without internet, you will be able to talk with, maybe Gemma knows. I haven't tried, but I don't know why this example came to my mind about the bug. But you have no internet, and you have these capabilities. Okay, how to load model to device? Yeah, it's 500 megabytes. It's not something that you easily include to your APK, yeah, or your API. Then people will struggle. I'm not sure that Google Play or App Store will give approve to application with size 500 megabyte plus. So during the debug, you can just do everything manually. In case of Android, you can use ADB and upload model to device and launch it. In case of iOS, you can just drag and drop it in your Finder to your application. But you can't just add to description of your application, dear user, please upload model to device before using my application. It sounds sounds strange. So I added opportunities to upload device from code. You can do it from assets, but assets, of course, it's only for debug purposes because it will be included to APK as well. And you can download from network. For example, first using, you ask user, please press this button, model will be downloaded, and then you can use it. You should do it once, store it on your device and use. And you can even do it asynchronously to show like project progress indicator or something, not to stack the application. And I mentioned fine-tuning before. That's why I highlighted this part. You can provide not only path to the model, but something that has name LoRa path. What does it mean, LoRa path? Let's go to the third chapter. Fine-tuned Gemma. What is fine-tuning? This is kind of definition from Wikipedia. It's post-training, additional training. Then when you have like your specific data, your sensitive data, for example, something that you definitely wasn't used for training of like models that you have, some specific, and you can just do post-training and include this data to your model, and model will know about it. Example, I don't know, with sensitive data. For example, you have a hospital and like people who like staying in this hospital, data is sensitive, and doctor would like to ask model about something very specific per person. You fine-tune model. Everything happens on device, nothing sent to somewhere to cloud, and you do additional training for model, and model knows about all people in this hospital, about diseases and so on. So you can talk with model. And so this is just scheme of fine-tuning process, how you do it, just pre-training, and you get an open model, then you have your custom knowledge base, do fine-tuning, and you have fine-tuned model in the end. And LoRa is a name of specific approach of fine-tuning. There's a lot of complicated words. If you're experienced in math, it will be fine for you, so this math scheme. But I prepared more simple explanation of LoRa. So LoRa, when you like freeze main weights of model and just add some additional weights to model that just take a base model and direct it to proper direction. There's a few examples how to do it, articles, and how to play with Gemma. There's a lot of explanation, mostly Python, but some for mobile as well. For example, Kotlin and Spring as well. And MediaPipe support LoRa. You cannot just fine-tune model and upload again the fine-tuned model. You can upload model once, only base, and upload additional this small part separately and provide the path to this small part. And for example, do additional fine-tuning again and again and replace only small piece, not like 500 megabytes, but few megabytes only. And so the using fine-tuned model process without LoRa, you can take base model, prepare your dataset, fine-tune base model, and upload fine-tuned model to device. Without LoRa, you have to do it again and again with a huge file. With LoRa, it can be much simpler. So take base model, upload model to device, prepare your dataset, fine-tune base model, upload only LoRa weights to device, and do this small circle with small file. Yeah, I wrote an article with explanation how it works and how to prepare this such small file where you use your own data. Yes, there is only explanation of this fine-tuning, and I'm working on the second part of the article, how to work with Flutter. So I hope it will be ready. I hope maybe next month. Yeah, but it's still anyway, you should know how to prepare these LoRa weights if you would like to work with your own data for such approaches. Actually, almost everything that I wanted to say today. Examples. What examples already exist? For example, this one we already saw. A very simple, just chat prepared by Google. And I prepared my own example, but it's not specifically prepared for this approach. I prepared specific workshop to explain all possible ways to connect generative AI to Flutter application. And connect on device AI is one of them. So to have more fun, I prepared application where many different AI models talk with each other without interaction with human. You just give the first direction, and then Gemini, ChatGPT, Gemma, DeepSeek, Claude, and Llama talk with each other. And sometimes it's really fun. So it looks like this one. You can go this workshop for step by step and get it yourself. So you don't need to implement UI. You just connect AI models and then launch and see how you can provide additional system instructions and so on. Yeah, this kind of far chat. And tell me a story about Torino. I prepared this demo for Flutter Heroes in Torino. And yeah, they start talking. And sometimes they arguing, sometimes they disagree with one with each other, because every model thinks that it talks with human. But in reality, there is no human at all. It's funny. Well, you can try yourself. And probably we can create even Gemma fireside chat, because we can fine-tune Gemma, we can do Gemma with rack, demo with something, and prepare different Gemma with different instructions and make them to talk with each other. Gemma, we talk with Gemma, with another Gemma, with another Gemma. Maybe it will be fun as well, but I haven't tried yet. You can, or maybe I will do it later. And it will be perfect example of working with fine-tuned Gemma. Yes, there is a link. Gemma Discord, when you can discuss with the Gemma community about how to use it. And I guess it was a last slide. Thank you. Actually, I have a stickers with Gemma and Gemini. I will drop them on the table, so if you're interested, I have TensorFlow Lite, like a lot of stickers AI related. So if you're interested, you can grab them there. So I have a gift for most active person, as I mentioned. So please ask your questions. Maybe the best question, because I don't remember many activities during the talk. So maybe the best question will get this present.
I have two questions actually. First question, are there any practical application for a small language model like Gemma, other than using them as a building chatbot?
Sorry, I didn't catch.
Are there any practical application like for using this small language model like Gemma, other than using them as a chatbot? This first question. Second one, how we will upgrade this small language model since it's on client side, if there is a new update, and we already involved inside the app from user side.
Okay, let's start with the second one, if I understood you were correct. So how we provide updates to...
Yeah.
So it's easy. You have your own, I don't know, on-premise server, or your own cloud, or your customer virtual private network cloud to be safe, like in privacy, from privacy perspective. And you have like one base model that client downloaded after first using. Then you, for example, for every specific client, you like prepare specific set of data and prepare this LoRa file specific for this user and match them like by user ID or something. And every user will download this additional specific file to their device, and one user, one device. Maybe from energy consuming perspective, it's not the best approach, because fine-tuning, it's a process that that takes power, GPUs and so on. If you would like to run it on your laptop, it will take time, many time. So it's better to use specific platforms, so it's like Colab or Jupyter Notebook that use GPUs for fine-tuning. But yeah, it depends on your purposes. So you owner on your model. It's you decide how to deliver it to customer and how deliver, and so because it's open model, your ownership. Yeah, and first question, where to find examples or applications?
For example, everything when I hear about small language model, I see everybody doing chatbot. Is there any
got your point. So a multimodal model was released 9 days ago. Before it was text to text. So that's why the simplest thing that comes to mind, create chatbot. And with this approach, you can prepare specific chatbot, fine-tune with specific data, and do chatbot related to specific topic with specific sensitive data, for example, that you can't use with public AI models like ChatGPT or something. But another example, you can use it for analysis of text, for describing something, to do. Now with this multimodality functionality, you can use for analyzing of images, I don't know, something. But yeah, multimodality on device also depends on how powerful your mobile is. If you have a weak Android, it will work, but it will take time. So you also should care about it, that any AI functionality on device needs power. Yeah, and analyze of images, because image is a big amount of tokens, so it will take time as well. And as example, you can take a look to Flutter, it's how's the name of application? Yeah, the gallery app. There is an example of multimodal using of Gemma free with MediaPipe already. Yeah, actually I had to add this slide probably with gallery app. But yeah, if you're interested, I can send you a link after.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please, many questions.
Thank you for the presentation. My question is especially with the offline models, you have one model and you already fine-tune that, and it's already known to do some work on your phone or in your mobile app. But you provide a new updates, how we transferred the first model learning to the new model learning. Do we need to fine-tune again? Or
if you have new data?
Yeah, suppose new version of model came.
Yeah, of course. If new version of model came, because when you fine-tune specific model, it fine-tunes this specific model with these weights. Because LoRa works free specifically these weights. New version of model is different set of weights, and you need to fine-tune it again. Yeah.
Okay. We cannot transfer anything between the models?
No, you can't. But you can use another approach. You can, for example, not to do fine-tuning, you can use a rack. Rack is a augmented generation. If you work with AI functionality, you know how it. When you expand your context with data from your database or from internet. So for Gemma, the size of Gemma free N is only 8K of tokens, but you can do this, add data from your database. So it depends on how much data you would like to add. So if you don't want to do fine tuning again, rack is your approach. Usually, if you have data that don't change very fast, you can use fine tuning, because as I mentioned, fine tuning is energy consuming, resource consuming process, and it's not good approach to do it very often. So if you have data that changing every day, RAG is much better solution because fine-tuning, you will spend all money to this cloud resources to fine-tune it, everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. My question is about the on-device offline model detector for the voice activity detection. What about the affection in general for the voice activity? For example, like I have an audio file on device, and I want to convert audio to subtitle. What's the affection for the Gemma on-device model?
So I will try to repeat to be sure that I understood everything correct. So you want to create subtitle on device using this voice input?
Yeah, on-device audio file, from audio file to text.
Yeah.
For the on-device model, what's the affection?
With Gemma Free Nano, it's possible. So you can, you can add this audio file as an input. And it will process it. And you can do it in Japanese or in English. So in many support languages, it will work with it.
Another question is for applying on iOS. Do I need to convert this to Core ML model? iOS specific model.
So it doesn't matter, it's iOS or Android, it's the same model. MediaPipe support iOS, Android, and web. So and Flutter just on top of them. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. And the last question is for the accent, like Japanese accent. There's an Osaka accent or Tokyo accent. Do I need to adjust something on it? Accent.
Accent. Unfortunately, I have no answer. It's necessary to check. Because this voice input, this sound input, is released 9 days ago. I didn't have opportunity to try, and so I'm not very expert in Japanese.
Okay, thank you.
But you can try yourself and write about this, like post or even article.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking. Which platform does your plugin support? It must be support on Android, iOS, and on web. How about Windows and Mac?
A really good question. I love it, and I actually even started on it because MediaPipe doesn't work on macOS, Windows, but there is another framework, Llama CPP, created by Meta, and it works on desktop, and it supports Gemma, but in different format. You won't be able to use the same file of model, but you will be able to reuse your code. But for desktop, you will need to download different model. But it also can be fine-tuned. So it also can be used on device. And I started work on this support recently, but it's not finished yet. But I guess I will add it very soon. With this Llama CPP approach. Actually, I started to do it because I wanted to add multimodality very faster, because Llama CPP supports multimodality. But then Google released MediaPipe, new version that supports multimodality, and I a little bit switched to implement this first, because Llama CPP is complicated to bring to mobile devices with this multimodality support. It's created only for desktop. I a little bit stuck there. But I think I will finish it and it will work. Or I always open for contributors who would like to help me with it. I'm really happy to take this help.
And about Gemma, is it what to say? I use the Llama from Meta, but it's talking with okay, but I can't use it for a serious job like making a JSON file or something, but it's not so good. How about Gemma? Is it
You
good?
could try Gemma Free Nano. So it depends. If you would like to use it on desktop, try Gemma 27 billions. It's the most powerful Gemma, and it's really good. I tried to for JSON, it works. Gemma 1 billion, it's a little bit weaker because of size, but it depends how to explain it in your prompt. So it will take a little bit more detailed prompt, but it will work. Just try it. And the difference between Gemma and Llama, so Llama is nice, but Llama has a bigger size with the same level of quality on answer. Gemma is smaller.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So my question is about like when we using this type of offline models. So how is the battery consumption, especially like let's assume like this type of we are design kind of application that's using in the outside. Generally, maybe someone who is in the jungle. So we design kind of application. So in that case, like he is trying to use his battery device battery life very carefully. So my question is like, is there any best practices to use to minimize the battery drain when we design the kind of application using these models? Thank you.
So, that's a good question. Yes, of course it's battery consuming because it actively works with your CPU or your GPU, depends on which preferred backend for model you choose in setup. Of course, using GPU is less battery consuming because it's faster and specifically prepared for such work, but not all devices has GPU, not all models support GPU. So actually the best approach use the maximum capability on device that device supports, and not to use like CPU approach if your device supports GPU. But yeah, if you have no other choice, it's so as shorter a prompt, as less energy you will consume.
Yes, thank you.
Because it's like token by token, and anyway, so longer response, more battery consuming. Longer prompt, more battery consuming. Shorter response, less, yeah, because it's just works token by token.
So let's take 2 more questions, maybe. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for your. Oh, sorry, here. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your talk. Yeah, it was very informative. And my question is, well, I just wanted to kind of confirm my understanding. And so in the end, what would be the most biggest advantage that on-device AI would have? Because as my understanding before, I thought having the on-device AI would like fasten the response. But as I think within the talk, I think you've kind of explained that the speed is dependent on the actual the power of the device itself.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
in that sense, I was kind of
Absolutely, it's a great question. So of course, if you would like full capabilities for agentic apps, using backend for this is a proper approach, because you can do everything in backend. Actually, you can use Gemma in backend as well. In your cloud container or on your on-premise device, you can like create backend on your MacBook connected to network and connect to there using Gemma 27 billions and have the same like privacy things, but not the same because internet you will have to protect it. But I mean, you should provide it to like public cloud or something. And of course, speed is not a benefit because it really depends on power on your device. And it, like if you have a weak device with low CPU, you will get tokens one by one. Bum, 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 bum. The benefits of this approach, all benefits I highlighted in the name of the talk. So it costs no money because when I started to play with Gemma like 1 year ago, once I deployed the Gemma to cloud container and started endpoint and forgot about it. After months, I've got a bill for 400 euros. Because it needs to GPU running on constantly. That's why the money, even I didn't use it, but I spent my money for this. And if you use public API like ChatGPT or Gemma, you pay for tokens. So if you use on-device models, you save money. The second, internet connection. You can use this approach in any places where you have no connection at all, and it will work. For example, you can create application that will work with backend when you have internet and have like backup in case if you have no internet, or for specific, I don't know, audience that works somewhere where no internet coverage or something. And the third one is privacy. If you have really specific data that you don't want to provide somewhere except your device, it's the third plus. So only this free. Everything else, it's better to use backend.
Thank you very much. Yeah, money is very convincing. Thank you.
As always. Yeah.
Thank you for a very beneficial talk. I have one simple question. As you mentioned, the size of local language model is very important to all of the users. It's because it's related to our application size. So I have one idea. For example, most Japanese people may need only Japanese language model. And most English speakers may need only English model. Do you think it's possible to create only a specified one language model for Japanese only model or for English only model? Do you think it's possible to create these offline local language models?
Yes, of course, it's possible, but you need to. But for example, I'm not able. I have no such knowledge. So actually, you can take, for example, one language model like Gemma 2 and train it for one additional specific language, like it was done for Gemma 2 for Japan. Yeah, for Gemma 3, you don't need it because it's included to there. And yeah, probably if someone would prepare Gemma 3 without support of other languages, it will be smaller. But I guess the benefits of such sites using it won't be like very beneficial. It will be a little bit smaller. Because multilinguality is not something that increase size of your model in like x, I don't know, x10 or something. No, it's a kind of additional functional addition to the model, additional trainings. So because anyway, with such size of model, you are not able to train it on like billions of different texts. So the purpose of such model is not like generation of creative stories with your language. It's approach. It's a purpose to understand and be able to answer and so on. So for this purpose, it will be enough. Gemma 3N is pretty. It's anyway. It's smaller than Gemma 2B created for Japanese language. So I guess it's possible, but I don't think that it's someone needed.
Okay, thank you so much. We should try it by ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much for a lot of questions and discussions. So yeah, let's give a hand to Sasha again. Yeah, thank you. So now we take a lunch break. So we prepare some lunch boxes.
Sorry for interruption. A prize.
Sorry,
So,
prize, okay.
yeah, I would like to give a prize for the question that one more time highlighted the benefits of using models. Yeah, please come. Yeah, it's a Flutter bag. Thank you.
Congratulations. So yeah,